Shalom, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai. All praise, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father Yahawah, in the name of His Son Yahawashai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Honor, salutations, and blessing to the hopeful elect, the fellow Akim who push this word in truth and sincerity, and those to be sealed. Shalom. So the title of this one is The Elites and Bunkers, None for Citizens. And there's an article here I just put up a couple hours ago. Okay. It says, this is by bbcnews.com. It says, where might Trump go in a nuclear attack? Okay, so reading through the article, I'll read a couple passages, but we'll get to the scriptures very shortly here too. So let me make sure. This is should be recording. Okay, hopefully it is. I'm gonna check. So let me check the app and make sure, because I'm not getting any audio on this side. It says it's recording, but you never know. So before getting too far forward, let's make sure this is working. I believe it is, but like I said, I want to double check. Make sure this is working. Okay, con. Turn the audio off on that, and I'll monitor it from the phone. Okay. Alright, so select it for the delay. We'll just get into it from this point forward. It says, almost immediately, President Donald Trump would be whisked to a secure location. He has a range of places at his disposal. One is located under the White House, a fortified area built in the 1950s. Another is tucked away in Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. He also has a rudimentary bunker in his Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago, and one originally used to store bombs at his golf course in West Palm Beach. It's under the second hole, according to Esquire. Now, the funny thing about this is there's comedians that have talked about this right here, where it's I don't remember the comedian in particular, but basically he says, the news gives people ideas. Basically, the news itself gives people, terrorists and other nations, ways on how to cripple America, and that's the whole plan, for America to be destroyed anyway. But he was saying how it could be like, oh yeah, if they attack us here, it's like nobody knows this location exists, but this devil likes to tell on himself. He likes to boast and brag, because he really feels untouchable. Bottom line, at the end of the day, that's the point. Okay, so kind of just as you read through this article, another quote I want to highlight real quick. It says, there's no defense against the tremendous blast and heat. Okay, Kenneth Rose, the author of One Nation Underground, the Fallout Shelter in American Culture. Okay, it says, if the president survives the initial attack, though a bunker would come in handy, he'd need a place where he could safely lead the nation, even if the rest of the world was on fire. So they've made arrangements, right, for the president and a group of individuals deemed to be at the top of the food chain. Now, again, the title of this video is The Elites and Bunkers, None for Citizens. And that's exactly what it is. Your American country, corporation, government, whatever you want to classify it as or look at it as, this place is not concerned with its citizens. Okay, Russia has things set up for its citizens, but nothing here. Okay, not on the scale of other places. And this article is directly for Trump and his little minions, the little puppets they have. That's what this is in focus to. Okay, there's one here dealing with the FEMA. Okay, this is Mount Weather. So this is Mount Weather was hollowed out for a presidential bunker. But I believe it went on to say something about Mount Weather is now run by FEMA and was activated after Al-Qaeda attacks in September 2001. A FEMA director testified to Congress in October of that year. He didn't provide details. So there's, just like I said, reading through this article, emergency drinking water. This was Kennedy's bunker. See, this one was designed only to keep him protected from radiation. But any direct hit to any bunker is not really going to help anything. Okay. So with that, I'm going to get into a couple scriptures. And I'll start here with Job 20 and 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahawah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, so these elites are making their plans to make their ultimate moves with microchipping the population, which if you're an Israelite, if your lineage goes back, through the patriarchs of your fathers to what is now known today as a so-called Negro, Latino, or North American Indian man, then you're an Israelite. Even if you don't look like it, it doesn't matter. Even if you're living in some other land, Israel was spread out throughout the whole world through different slaveries and captivities over hundreds to a couple thousand years. Israel's been becoming scattered. Okay, so your looks don't matter. Okay, so if you're an Israelite, you're supposed to refuse this chip. So this devil, Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, the so-called white man, when he's about to fill his belly, when he's about to think that he's conquered and overcome everything, that's when the Most High is going to cast the wrath upon him, and these missiles, this war is going to really kick off. That's why it says here in verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Okay, so the iron weapon is that missile, and the bow of steel, okay, representing the silo from which it's launched, or the carrier, wherever it is, it's a bow of steel. Okay, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. This is dealing with those nuclear silos in particular. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. So like when you unsheath a sword, right, that glittering steel, okay, that glittering sword, okay, it's drawn to cause damage. Okay, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. This fire that's going to take place isn't something that's kindled like a campfire, and you add and you're blowing air on it to get the flames going. Okay, this is the nuclear fire. It's a fire not blown. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So for all them that hide in the bunkers, right, that might escape, is going to go ill with them that are left in the tabernacle. Okay, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. So all the men of his confederacy, everyone that was at peace with America, is going to be against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. How is that great city ceased? How is America ceased? That everyone was made rich by her costliness. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahawah, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. So this is the Most High created this to be this way. So going a little bit back to the bunkers, this is Jeremiah 16:16. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, which that's what you see the men and brothers doing on the streets we're fishing for the elect. We're not teaching people how to have healthy relationships. Okay, because the Lord was talking about, look, you got to be ready to lose everything, all your relationships that you have, and follow me. You'll get 100-fold of that back later. So your focus is supposed to be fishing for the souls of men, to seal up the elect, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. See, so the fishers are going to fish. So them that are unjust, let them be unjust still. They're filthy, let them be filthy still. We're going to fish, but we're also going to warn the people, because that's part of it. That is a part of it, warning the people of these guys that are, that aren't right, that aren't teaching, are doing what is commanded as commanded. So after the fishing, it says, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay, and that's what we're getting into with this. All these bunkers, these holes in the ground, they're putting them digging inside of mountains, okay, in hills, under buildings. Okay, those fishers, part of their reward of fishing is going to be able to be a hunter to help round these people up. That goes into why you have scriptures that deal with the saints having a two-edged sword in their hand, okay, and the saints having their feet in the blood of the wicked. Okay. Let's see. Psalms. It's actually. Okay. Let me grab this here first. Was it Psalms 148? Let's say Psalms 148. Okay. So like you had to stop and restart the stream. Getting that echo, I heard it coming in. Okay. I should just do this. The blue letter's always been a pain in the ass. 149. It's like Psalms 149. Next chapter. Okay, it says, let the high praises of Yahawah be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Actually, verse 5. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Okay, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. You see? To execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people. So, these elites that make it in these bunkers, the whole point is that they're going to be bound up with chains and fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. So when the Lord was talking about a reward for his servants and his disciples, it was this, to put people into slavery. Okay? It was exactly that, to put people into slavery. Okay, and the last one was 58. Okay, so almost 58. Okay, this is the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance, when America gets destroyed, when Edom, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, is put into is taken out of his power and begins his slavery. The righteous are going to rejoice. It says he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. You see? So that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is a God. He is a power that judgeth in the earth. Because right now the world, they don't comprehend the judgment. They don't understand that judgment. They think the Most High is not not existing, basically. Which that's exactly what Yahawah means. He exists, or he to be, or the existing one. He is, okay? So anyway, with that, I wanted to share that article and show you that your nobles and your kings are looking into saving themselves and not you citizens. You mean nothing to them, and you mean even less to who you call God. Okay? All these things are going to happen according to the prophecy. They're going to go hide in their bunkers, and the saints, the elect, who are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, are going to round them up out of their caves and their holes. Wherever they hide, they're going to be brought up and put into slavery. And they're going to wish they could have some water from an old rusty can. But anyway, with that, Shalom.